Hello, everyone. My name is Rose.
And I'm Jack. It's great to have you here with us today.
Welcome to the Listening English podcast. Today, we are talking about something that sounds simple, but it can completely change the way you learn English immersion at home.
Now, when people hear the word immersion, they often imagine moving to another country, speaking English all day, and living among native speakers.
But what if we told you that you can create an English-speaking environment without leaving your home?
What if your bedroom, your kitchen, your phone, and even your daily routine could become your personal English classroom?
That might sound surprising, but thousands of successful English learners have done exactly that.
And some of them became fluent without ever studying abroad.
Think about this for a moment. Have you ever met someone who seems to speak English naturally, almost effortlessly?
Maybe you've wondered, how did they learn so fast?
Was it because they were smarter?
Did they memorize thousands of vocabulary words?
Did they spend 10 hours a day studying grammar?
The answer might surprise you.
Many successful learners didn't focus on studying English all the time.
Instead, they focused on living in English.
And that's exactly what immersion is.
Here's a quick story.
A few years ago, a young man wanted to improve his English. He couldn't travel abroad. He couldn't afford expensive courses. And he didn't know any native English speakers.
At first, he thought his dream of becoming fluent was impossible.
But then he made one small change.
He changed the language on his phone to English.
Then he started watching English videos while eating breakfast.
He listened to English podcasts while walking.
He began thinking simple thoughts in English during the day.
One small habit became two became five.
Months later, something unexpected happened.
He realized he was understanding English without translating every word.
English stopped feeling like a school subject.
It started feeling like part of his daily life.
And that's the secret we are going to explore today.
But here's the interesting part.
Most learners accidentally make a mistake that prevents immersion from working.
Later in this episode, we will reveal exactly what that mistake is and how to avoid it.
So stay with us, because that one insight could save you months of frustration.
Have you ever felt that you study English but still struggle to understand fast conversations?
Have you ever learned a new word today and forgotten it tomorrow?
Or maybe you've spent hours studying grammar rules but still feel nervous when speaking.
If you've experienced any of these situations, you're definitely not alone.
In fact, millions of English learners around the world face the same challenge.
The good news is that immersion can help solve many of these problems naturally.
Not by forcing you to study harder,
but by helping your brain absorb English the way it absorbs everyday experiences.
And there's actually a fascinating psychological reason why this works.
We will talk about that a little later.
But before we do, here's a question for you.
Imagine that for the next 30 days, everything around you became English.
Your music,
your videos,
your phone,
your thoughts,
your daily habits.
How much do you think your English would improve?
Think about that for a moment.
Because by the end of today's episode, you'll learn simple ways to make that happen right at home.
No expensive course.
No plane ticket.
No perfect environment required.
Just practical ideas that you can start using today.
And one of those ideas is so simple that most people ignore it completely.
Yet it has helped countless learners improve their listening skills dramatically.
We will reveal that surprising technique very soon.
So grab a cup of coffee, relax, and join us as we explore the powerful world of English immersion at home.
Let's get started.
So Jack, let's start with a simple question. What exactly does English immersion at home mean?
Great question. Many people think immersion means studying English all day long, but that's not true.
Really?
Yes, immersion is not about studying more. It's about surrounding yourself with English so often that it becomes part of your daily life.
Almost like creating a small English world around yourself.
Exactly. Imagine learning to swim. You can read books about swimming for months, but eventually you need to get into the water.
That's a powerful example.
English works the same way. Many learners spend years reading grammar books, but very little time actually experiencing English.
And that's where immersion changes everything.
Right. Instead of only studying English, you start living with English.
Let's talk about a real-life example.
Sure. Imagine a student named Emma.
Emma wants to improve her English listening skills.
Every day she studies vocabulary for 30 minutes. That's great.
But after studying, she spends the rest of her day consuming content only in her native language.
Her brain receives English for 30 minutes and another language for the remaining 15 hours.
That's like planting a seed and then forgetting to water it.
Exactly. Now imagine another student.
Let's call him David.
David studies English for only 20 minutes.
Less than Emma.
Yes, but throughout the day, he listens to English podcasts, watches English videos, follows English social media pages, and reads simple English articles.
So English keeps appearing throughout his day.
Right? His brain constantly sees and hears English.
Which student do you think improves faster?
Surprisingly, many times it's David,
That's fascinating.
because language learning isn't only about study time, it's also about exposure.
Exposure is such an important word.
Think about babies learning their first language.
They don't memorize grammar books
They simply hear the language every day.
thousands and thousands of times.
Their brains slowly recognize patterns.
And language starts making sense naturally.
Exactly.
Here's something interesting. Have you ever listened to a song so many times that you accidentally memorized the lyrics?
I definitely have.
Most people have.
And that's a perfect example of immersion.
You weren't trying to memorize anything.
But repeated exposure trained your brain automatically.
Now let's reveal one practical way listeners can create immersion at home.
This method is incredibly simple.
Yet most people ignore it.
Change the language settings on your phone.
That's it?
That's it.
Such a small change.
But think about how many times you look at your phone every day.
Probably dozens of times.
Maybe even hundreds.
So every notification becomes a mini English lesson.
Exactly.
Here's a funny observation.
Let's hear it.
Many people spend hours searching for secret English learning techniques.
While their phone remains in their native language,
The tool they use most every day isn't helping them learn.
that's actually very true.
Here's another powerful immersion strategy.
Replace some entertainment with English entertainment.
Notice I said replace some,
Not all.
because immersion should feel enjoyable.
Not like punishment.
If you love movies, watch movies in English.
If you enjoy sports, follow English sports channels.
If you like cooking, watch cooking videos in English.
The secret is connecting English to things you already love.
That's such an important point.
Many learners make the mistake we mentioned earlier.
The mistake we promised to reveal.
Exactly.
So what is it?
They consume content they find boring just because it's in English.
And eventually, they lose motivation.
Right.
Their brain begins associating English with boredom.
Which makes learning much harder.
Instead, find content that genuinely interests you.
Your favorite topics become your teachers.
Have you ever experienced this?
You start watching one interesting video.
And then another.
Then another.
Suddenly, you've spent an hour listening to English without realizing it.
That's immersion working naturally.
Here's a surprising historical example.
I'm curious.
During different periods of history, traders often learned foreign languages, not through classrooms, but through daily interaction.
They were surrounded by the language.
Exactly.
Necessity created immersion,
And immersion accelerated learning.
which shows us something important.
What's that?
Humans are naturally good at learning languages when they are surrounded by them.
The challenge today isn't access.
It's creating the environment.
Fortunately, technology makes that easier than ever.
Think about it.
Podcasts,
YouTube videos,
audiobooks,
social media,
news articles.
online communities,
We carry an entire English-speaking world in our pockets.
yet many learners use only a tiny part of it.
Think about this for a moment.
If your environment shapes your habits,
And your habits shape your skills.
then what happens when your environment becomes more English friendly every day?
That's a question worth thinking about.
Because in the next section, we are going to explore some surprising psychological truths about immersion,
Including why your brain remembers certain English words effortlessly.
while forgetting others almost immediately.
And we will also reveal a hidden habit that can dramatically improve your listening skills without adding extra study time.
Trust us, you won't want to miss that.
We talked about creating an English environment at home,
And now we are going to explore something even more fascinating.
the psychology behind immersion.
In other words, why does immersion work so well?
Let's start with a surprising fact,
Your brain is constantly looking for patterns.
even when you don't realize it,
Think about how you recognize a friend's voice on the phone.
or how you know the meaning of a familiar road sign instantly.
You don't stop and analyze every detail.
Your brain has already learned the pattern.
Language works the same way.
The more English patterns your brain sees, the faster it recognizes them.
That's why sometimes a word you've never studied suddenly feels familiar.
You've probably heard it many times before.
Your brain was quietly collecting information in the background.
Here's a thought-provoking question.
If your brain learns through patterns,
Why do many learners spend most of their time memorizing isolated words?
interesting question.
Learning individual words is useful.
But real communication happens in patterns.
For example, native speakers often say things like, "How's it going?" or "That makes sense."
They use these chunks naturally.
Not one word at a time,
Immersion helps your brain absorb these chunks automatically
which makes listening much easier.
because you're recognizing groups of words instead of decoding every single word.
Now let's talk about a common myth.
One of the biggest myths in language learning.
Many people believe they must understand every word they hear.
That's simply not true.
In fact, native speakers don't always hear every word perfectly.
They use context
They use experience.
and they use patterns.
Imagine watching a mystery movie.
You don't know every detail immediately.
But as the story continues, clues start connecting.
Your understanding grows naturally.
Listening to English works the same way.
You don't need to understand everything at first.
You only need to keep listening.
Your brain gradually fills in the gaps.
Have you ever experienced this?
You listen to an English video and understand only 50%.
Then a few weeks later, you watch a similar video.
Suddenly you understand much more.
Even though you didn't memorize hundreds of new words.
That's immersion doing its work behind the scenes.
Now here's another fascinating insight.
Emotion affects memory.
Strongly.
Think about a funny moment from your childhood.
You probably remember it clearly.
Why?
Because emotion makes memory stronger.
The same thing happens when learning English.
If a story makes you laugh,
If a video inspires you,
if a conversation surprises you,
your brain remembers more.
that's why stories are so powerful.
Stories activate curiosity,
They create emotional connections.
and emotional connections help learning stick.
Speaking of stories, here's a quick one.
A famous language learner once described learning a language like assembling a giant puzzle.
At first, nothing seems connected.
You only have a few pieces,
Then suddenly more pieces appear.
and one day you begin seeing the picture.
That's exactly what immersion feels like.
Progress often seems invisible,
Until one day it becomes obvious.
which brings us to another hidden truth
Learning doesn't always feel like learning.
that's worth repeating.
Learning doesn't always feel like learning.
Sometimes improvement happens quietly,
While listening during a walk.
while watching a movie.
While enjoying a podcast.
Your brain keeps collecting language data.
Even when you're relaxed.
Here's a funny observation.
Many learners panic because they don't feel fluent after 1 week.
But they forget something important,
They spent years learning their first language.
yet they expect English to happen in a few days.
Language learning isn't microwave cooking.
It's more like growing a tree,
Every day of exposure adds another drop of water.
and eventually the growth becomes visible.
Think about this for a moment.
What would happen if you listened to just 20 minutes of English every day for an entire year?
That's more than 100 hours of listening.
100 hours.
Most people underestimate the power of small daily actions.
Yet those small actions often create the biggest results.
Now let's reveal something many learners never consider.
Ready.
Your inner voice matters.
Very much.
Many people spend all day thinking in their native language.
Then suddenly expect to speak English smoothly.
But speaking begins with thinking.
Try asking yourself simple questions in English.
What am I doing?
What am I going to eat?
How was my day?
These tiny mental conversations build fluency.
And they cost nothing.
No teacher required.
No classroom required.
Just a few moments of awareness.
Before we move to our practical takeaways, here's one final question.
Imagine two learners.
One studies English only when they feel motivated.
The other surrounds themselves with English every day, even in small ways.
Which learner do you think will improve more after 6 months?
The answer might already be obvious.
Because consistency often beats intensity.
And in the next section, we are going to show you exactly how to build that consistency at home.
With simple actions, you can start today.
No complicated schedules,
No expensive programs.
just practical steps that can transform your English environment.
We have talked about immersion, psychology, and why English exposure is so powerful.
Now it's time for the most practical part of today's episode.
How can listeners create English immersion at home starting today?
Not next month.
Not next year.
Today,
Let's begin with tip number 1.
create an English morning.
What's an English morning?
It's simple. Spend the first 15 minutes of your day with English.
Before social media?
Before social media, if possible.
What can listeners do during those 15 minutes?
Listen to a podcast.
Read. Read a short article.
Watch an English video.
Why is the morning important?
Because it sets the tone for the rest of the day.
Like choosing the direction of a ship before it leaves the harbor.
Exactly.
What's tip number 2?
Build an English bubble.
That sounds interesting.
Imagine creating small areas of your life where only English exists.
Give us an example.
Maybe your YouTube account is mostly English.
Maybe your music playlist is English.
Maybe your favorite podcast is English.
Little by little, English becomes part of your environment.
And remember, environments shape behavior.
Here's tip number 3.
One of my favorites.
Think in English.
Many learners believe they need advanced English to do this.
But that's not true.
Start with simple thoughts.
I'm drinking coffee.
I'm walking to school.
It's raining today.
Small thoughts become bigger thoughts over time.
Have you ever noticed something interesting?
What's that?
Before speaking, we usually think.
Exactly.
So improving your English thoughts can improve your English speaking.
It's like strengthening the roots before growing the tree.
Tip number 4 might surprise some people.
Repeat. Don't just consume.
Explain that.
Many learners constantly search for new content,
New video after new video.
new podcast after new podcast.
But they rarely revisit content.
Yet repetition is where much of the magic happens.
Why?
The first time you listen, you're understanding the story.
The second time?
You notice vocabulary.
The third time?
You begin hearing sentence patterns and pronunciation details.
That's powerful.
Some of the best language learners listen to the same material multiple times.
Here's tip number 5.
Turn everyday activities into English practice.
Such as
Cooking,
cleaning,
walking,
exercising.
traveling to work or school.
Instead of silence, use those moments for English listening.
Those small moments add up quickly.
Let's do a quick calculation.
Imagine listening for 20 minutes a day
That's over 10 hours every month.
and more than 100 hours every year.
Suddenly, 20 minutes doesn't seem so small.
Exactly.
Here's another practical tip.
Keep an English journal.
Does it need to be perfect?
Absolutely not.
Grammar mistakes are okay?
Of course,
Then what's the goal?
the goal is expression, not perfection.
Write about your day.
Write about your goals.
Write about something interesting you learned.
The habit matters more than perfection.
Now let's discuss a mistake many learners make.
An important one.
They try to do too much at once.
They create a huge plan.
3 hours of listening,
2 hours of reading.
1 hour of speaking.
And after 3 days, they are exhausted.
Then they quit.
Exactly.
What should they do instead?
Start small.
Really small.
5 minutes is better than 0 minutes.
10 consistent minutes beats 2 inconsistent hours.
Every single time.
Think about this for a moment.
If you improve by only 1% each day,
Where could you be 1 year from now?
most people underestimate the power of tiny improvements.
Yet those improvements create remarkable results.
Here's another challenge for our listeners.
A challenge?
Yes, a 7-day immersion challenge.
Sounds exciting.
For the next 7 days, choose 3 simple actions.
Such as listening to English for 15 minutes
Thinking in English for 5 minutes.
and reading one short English article.
That's it.
Not complicated,
Not overwhelming.
just consistent.
After 7 days, notice how English feels.
You may be surprised.
Many learners discover that English begins feeling more familiar,
More comfortable.
more natural.
Before we finish this section, let's summarize our practical immersion plan.
Create an English morning.
Build an English bubble.
Think in English daily.
Repeat content instead of always chasing new content.
Use everyday activities for listening practice.
Keep a simple English journal.
And stay consistent with small habits.
None of these steps are difficult.
But together they can create a powerful transformation.
And in our final section, we will bring everything together with one important message every English learner should remember.
A message that could completely change how you think about learning English.
We have covered a lot in today's episode.
We explored what English immersion at home really means.
We talked about why immersion works,
We discussed the psychology behind language learning.
and we shared practical ways to bring more English into your daily life.
But before we finish, let's remember one important idea.
Learning English is not about being perfect.
It's about becoming familiar.
Familiar with English sounds.
Familiar with English words.
Familiar with English conversations.
Familiar with English thinking.
Sometimes learners become frustrated because they compare themselves to fluent speakers.
But every fluent speaker was once a beginner.
Every confident speaker once struggled to understand simple conversations.
Every expert started as a learner.
Think about learning to ride a bicycle.
At first, it feels difficult.
You wobble.
You make mistakes.
You lose balance.
But every attempt teaches your brain something new.
Then one day, something incredible happens.
You stop thinking about balancing.
You simply ride.
Language learning often follows the same pattern.
At first, every sentence feels like work.
Every conversation requires effort.
Every new word feels important.
But with enough exposure, things begin changing,
Slowly.
quietly,
Naturally.
until one day you notice something surprising.
You're understanding more than before.
You're thinking in English more often.
You're speaking with greater confidence.
Not because of one magical lesson.
But because of hundreds of small moments.
Small moments of listening,
Small moments of reading.
small moments of thinking in English.
That's the true power of immersion.
It's not one giant step.
It's many small steps moving in the same direction.
Thinking out this for a moment.
1 year from today, where could your English be if you immersed yourself a little every day?
What conversations could you have?
What opportunities could open up?
What confidence could you build?
The future version of yourself is being shaped by the habits you choose today.
And the best part is that you don't need to wait for the perfect moment.
You don't need to move abroad.
You don't need expensive resources.
You can begin right where you are.
With the phone in your pocket,
The videos you watch.
the podcasts you listen to,
The thoughts you think.
every small action counts.
Before we end, we have a little challenge for you.
For the next 7 days, try creating your own English environment at home.
Listen a little more.
Read a little more,
Think a little more in English.
then come back and notice the difference.
You may discover that learning English feels less like studying.
And more like living.
And perhaps that's the most important lesson from today's episode.
English is not just a subject,
It's a tool for communication,
a bridge to new ideas,
new friendships,
new opportunities.
and new experiences.
Keep learning,
Keep listening.
keep growing.
Thank you for listening to the Listening English podcast.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in the next podcast.
Until next time, take care and keep immersing yourself in English.
Goodbye, everyone, and happy learning.